Welp, welcome back to the Hot Buttery Rolls Whiskey Show, Advent Extravaganza 2020. Shout out to everybody in the chat that was letting me know that I couldn't hear, you guys couldn't hear me, so I'm going to have to figure out how to edit that out. Or everybody can just laugh. Maybe I'll just do like a supercut of fart noises over the beginning of this video. Anyways, we're back. So I'm going to do a short one tonight. I actually had a comment from a fan who said, dude, your video is too long. David Rios, I agree, buddy, and I'm sorry. I regret it. I've been going crazy, doing these marathon streams, and I've been loving it, but I got stuff to do tonight, so I can't go super long tonight. Yeah, Tim Evans, Jason Lamp, Lone Wanderer 360, Mike Cook, AJ Lopez. What's up, guys? Daniel Kerber. DC's in the chat. What's up, everybody? So my title isn't just clickbait. I hear people dumping on Dickel and Cascade Hollow Distillery all the time. Oh, it's just gross. It's medicinal. It tastes like Flintstones vitamins. And let me tell you, you're not wrong. However, there are some really nice examples of Dickel, and I happen to have one of those here. So what's up, Sherry? Sherry's in the chat. Tito Dirk's in the chat. So this is a single barrel pick from Oak Liquor Cabinet, Austin, Texas. This is a 14-year-old pick. It's the 14th day of my Advent calendar. So I felt it to be serendipitous, which is that's a word. I don't even know how to define serendipitous. The only word I know that means serendipitous is serendipitous. So I don't know, having or containing serendipity. Anyways, I got this bottle last year right before the Bastards Ball, and I was super excited because it was super tasty and 14 years old, and I was going to meet the bourbon junkies, and I was going to meet Whiskey Dick and Chad and Sarah and all these people, and I was going to the La Quinta, and I brought this bottle with me, and I was super pumped, and I brought it out, and everybody was like, that's Dickel. And I was like, what? They're like, that's Dickel. And I was like, cool. It's from Barrell. It says Barrell on it. And they're like, well, it's sourced from Tennessee, which means it's Dickel, which means it's trash. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks because I've been drinking it and I really enjoy it. So on the nose, I get caramel and I get coconut, toasted coconut, a little bit of chocolate in it, which I can attribute to the age, I'm sure. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is really nice for Dickel. That being said, there is a slightly mineral forward note. And I say mineral forward, it's actually mineral mid. So I get the coconut first, and then it goes like a little bit of vitamin, and then it goes into that chocolatey oaky note. AJ Lopez has decided to crack his E.H. Taylor barrel proof. Hot damn indeed, sir. That's a quality bottle to crack. Lone Wanderer 360, I completely agree. The best Dickel is MGP. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, and yet it makes all the sense. So I agree. If you get a chance to get a Dickel that's sourced from MGP, I recommend getting it. Stanley Wagner Jr. is in the chat. What's up, buddy? So again, it has a slightly vitamin forward note, but it's still really nice. It's not obtrusive. So some of the Dickel bottled in bond and the Dickel single barrels that I've had are just like the orange, the worst flavor, right? Like when I was little, I wanted purple or red or nothing. Like that was my colors of Flintstones vitamins. This one tastes like orange. Or this one doesn't, but a lot of Dickel smells like orange Flintstones vitamins, which is my least favorite. It's the most bitter of all of them. That's a good question. So Lone Wanderer 360 says, do you think it's the water that they're using and what imparts the mineral flavor? I think it's got to be, right? So they are in Tennessee, and they make a massive portion of the world's bourbon, and they sell a ton of bourbon to non-distiller bottlers. So there's a lot of companies such as Milam and Green here in Texas that distribute Dickel barrels under their name. I say Dickel. It's actually Cascade Hollow is the name of their sourcing company. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be the water, right? Because if it was the yeast, you'd think they could change that. And it's got to be something that's happening during fermentation, because this is cask strength. This is 112.6 proof, and that means that they didn't add water to it whenever they pulled it out of the barrel. So it's not that they're using like a weird aquifer after it comes out to mix and water it down. So kind of interesting. Sherry has 3 different barrel offerings. I like barrel too. I like, they have 18-year Kentucky whiskey that's really good. Dovetail is really good. I just saw there's a New Year bottle that came out earlier for 2021. Man. All right, let's get into the palate. Cheers, everybody. So on the palate, man, I hate to say this, but I've had this bottle for about a year. And in the beginning, when I first opened it, the neck pour and the top to the shoulders was just fantastic. I remember this being like delicious toasted coconut. And now, honestly, it is that little sip just went straight up orange Flintstones on me. That's unfortunate. So I wanted to bring you guys a Good Dickel offering, or a Good Cascade Hollow offering, but this one has seems to have turned on me. So that happens, right? I mean, that's a perfect example of how a bottle that's kept in a cabinet, even out of the sun in a climate-controlled area with periodically rewriting the cork, is still going to change with water on it. So, I'm sorry, water with air on it, with atmosphere on it. The 11-year bottled and bond is good. I haven't had that one yet, Bubble Bath Bourbon. I do have the 12-year from last year. I think it's 12 or 13, and it is a shit box. It is terrible. Yeah, it's 13-year. Yep. Barn Doors in the chat. What's up? Cheech Tortellino's in the chat. Looks like ADHD Whiskey made it in as well. Not entirely sure. ADHD Whiskey, I'll be reaching out to you later in the DMs, brother. I got a, hey, there he is. Yeah. Hey, man. Clifford Cawthorn. Oh, my gosh. I missed a bunch of you guys. Mike Franklin is in the chat. So, William Davor. Dude, I hope that your gorgeous wife is feeling okay. If you guys don't know, the lovely Michelle Davor has taken a nosedive into a fire pit, and she's done some creative changes to her lip and tooth, but she's in recovery, and she's going to, be back to her old self at any moment. Hopefully she's okay. Yeah, Shelf Turns Live was great. I don't know if you guys were in there, how many of y'all came over from that, but it was a freaking great live. I waited as long as I could, but I gotta go eat dinner and do some work. So there we go. Cracked my Bardstown Bourbon Company apple brandy finish tonight. Holy heavenly apple juice. That's one that I really want to get. I also really want to get the Distillère. I think that may be the same one. But yeah. Why would they change? They can't keep stock now. It sells so fast. In my opinion, they're doing something right. Jacob Enriquez, I agree. So everybody shits on Dickel and talks about how bad it is, but they don't have any problem moving barrels. So they're either priced super right or somebody really enjoys their stuff. But yeah. Didn't care for the 11-year bottle and bond. Fair enough. This year's Dickel bottle and bond is my punishment pour. If you feel like your face needs a spanking. Oh, man. William Davlar says that Michelle is healing and she has a dental appointment tomorrow. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, ADHD Whiskey. It is not the apple brandy. It's the orange curacao. You guys can trust him because he's a representative of Bardstown Bourbon Company, and he's the world's top whiskey taster. So, no big deal. He's in my chat. Fanboy. I'm the fanboy. He could fanboy too. It's fine, buddy. We can mutually fanboy each other. So, guys, I'm trying to tease some good flavors out of this, and I just don't think they're in this bottle. It's just becomes more and more medicinal or vitaminish, vitaminian. As the Brit would say, vitamins. It smells heavily of vitamins. Vitamins and broken dreams, coupled with a childhood tragedy. It's terrible. It smells really bad. Ryan Tarpey, what's up, buddy? What's up, Beard? Widow Jane 14 to cleanse the palate. So Widow Jane 14 is actually a really good example of a whiskey that I should have brought into this room with me, and I didn't. Widow Jane 14 is half MGP and half Dickel, but the good news is it tastes mostly like MGP. So that's a fail on my part. They're literally on the same shelf in my liquor cabinet, but I was so excited to try this bottle that I didn't. And again, as I mentioned earlier, David Rio said that my lives are too long. So that's going to be a short one. I'm going to fight through this, and then I'm going to drink some Old Granddad Bonded to get this horrible flavor out of my mouth. Salud. Did you ever try to eat 2 Flintstones vitamins at once? Like you're like, man, one of these is okay. Maybe if I have 2 of them, maybe if I have 2, they'll be even better. But then it's just overwhelming. That's what that was like. That was like eating a handful of Flintstones vitamins in a bad way. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So yeah, this Old Granddad Bonded is from 1997. And this was a gift from a buddy of mine, Ruben. I don't know if you're watching, but Ruben, thank you very much for this. I'm going to use it as a palate cleanser. It was out on this table because I was tasting it the other day, and I'm actually going to do a comparison video that I'll release after my Advent events are over. That's going to compare Old Tub to Old Granddad Bonded current bottle that I have from AJ Lopez. You're a saint, buddy. And then this 1997 Old Granddad Bonded. It made the water taste bad, so that's really, truly unfortunate. If anybody wants to try Barrell 14-year-old single barrel, get at me in my DMs, and I'll send you a sample because I don't want this bottle anymore. Cheech Artolino, I agree. OGD Bonded is solid at 22. Oh my God, this is so nice. Oh man. Lone Wanderer 360, can't drink anything for 2 weeks, doctor's orders. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're okay. I hope you make it through. And in this time, take the opportunity to, really appreciate what you're missing or examine and see if you miss it at all, It's nice to have a couple of dry weeks. I hate that it's doctor mandated versus something you chose yourself, but it is what it is. Yeah, Mike Franklin. Mike Franklin says, drinking bad whiskey makes you appreciate good whiskey even more. Yeah, I completely agree. So this is a really neat little bottle. My buddy went into a little liquor store in a little one-horse town and found a bunch of these on the shelf and bought them all. So he gave me that one as a gift. And you say Nutty Squad, Ryan Tarpey. I guess this is pre-nutty. This is just like a really beautiful butterscotch. Like, so much butterscotch. It's amazing. I don't know which one it is, bud or scotch, but it's one of those two. I'm just kidding. It's butterscotch. Like the candy, not like the beverage in the booty. Oh man, it smells fantastic. All right. I don't think I missed anything. Somehow the ADHD squad needs a tasting to happen. I agree, Coco. That would be cool as shiza. What's up, Ryan Tarpey? I think I said that earlier, but yeah. Strike 2. Tim says strike 2. Yeah, and the finish that's still in my mouth after drinking the water. Yeah, 100%. That's strike 3. She's out. I'm gonna put that bottle into a decanter and just let people drink it when they come over for sure. Paul's in the chat. Talked to you earlier. What's up, buddy? Glad you made it. All right, guys. So this is really pretty. Lots of butterscotch, really light. It's got kind of a dusty nose to it. It's been in that bottle for 23 years, so it definitely is. Aged pretty well in the glass, which I don't know if you guys know this about whiskey. It doesn't age once you bottle it. So you could have a whiskey that's been in the glass for 100 years, and it doesn't matter however old it was when it went into the glass. It's how old it is, period. End of story. But dadgummit, this is just a really unique. It's a butterscotch bomb for sure. So cheers, everybody. And on the palate, it is shocking. I'm getting rose petals, beautiful floral notes, like almost no Jim Beam nuttiness. It's just incredibly pretty, really nice. Man, it's good. Dang, that's good. So this completely makes up for the Barrell bourbon. And I'll tell you right now that if you want any whiskey to taste amazing, drink it after trying a Cascade Hollow product. For sure. Edward Fulmer says, who's on the poor man's Pappy bottle behind you? Good eye, Edward Fulmer. Isn't that great? So this is one of those Etsy deals that I picked up for $5 and I put it on the wrong style of bottle. I really wish I would have waited and put it on like a slope shoulder, like an actual Pappy bottle, but I was in a hurry. I got excited. And this is one of my favorite bottles of whiskey, is my poor man's Pappy home fry blend. Yeah, Barrell's expensive AF too. Yeah, I paid over 70. I want to say I gave 79 plus tax for that. It's too bad. Man, it is definitely Rodney Dangerfield. Yes. Cheers, Paul. Man, that's really good. All right. Well, I told you I'd keep it short, so we're going to keep it short. Thank you, David Rios, for pointing out how long my lives are. Later in the week, we're going to do a couple long ones, guys. I am going to go live with Destination Bourbon at some point during the weekend, and we may get another one in. I may go on after the Junkies, just depending on how late their stream runs, because they do sometimes run a little long, and it makes for a rough Thursday for Daddy. So, yeah. Tim Evans, that's a good question. Have you tried the Old Carter with Dickel? No, I have not. You said they hit it best, but it's still there. Bro, for $180, there better not be any freaking Dickel. That's all I can say, man. If I read Tennessee sourcing on a bottle and if it's over $90, it's just not coming home with me for sure. That's awesome, Edward. Can I offer you an egg in this trying time? That's really good. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for coming out. This has been day 14 of the Hot Buttery Rolls Whiskey Show Advent Extravaganza. It's so much more special with you guys here. Appreciate y'all being in the chat. It ended a lot better than it started. If you guys learned anything, it's that you shouldn't trust anybody that tells you that Dickel's good. So I told a bunch of people that this was really good, and I was inaccurate. So anybody that bought a bottle after I told them it was good, I'm sorry. Anyways, thanks for coming out, guys. We'll catch y'all on the morrow when we come back on day 15. Look for something special. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.